Video that you just show here, you see what I can see is that you see here you are displaying that you see there are two there should be two payments, okay? And one payment, just a second, just let me get back here. Here you show there is two payment, and the payment mode, again let me show here. Okay, yeah, okay, you see when it is 2x like this, it means there should be two payment of half the amount each, okay? So the total payment, the total of the two payments should be the total invoice amount, but it should be only two payments, okay? So see what is happening when you go a bit further. You see in the in the process, when you turn the invoice to valid, what is happening is that there are three payments that got created, okay? And the sum of the three payments, if you check them, you see it is more. It is each payment is 1,475. If you sum all three payments, it is more than the total invoice amount, which is 2,949, okay? So that is here at the top left. So what is happening is that actually there should be only two payments. I think you are confusing with the the number of payment date, okay? The payment dates that you have seen here. You see here you select three payment dates, but what it means is that the first payment date, the first payment will happen at the first payment date, or at the first pay, okay? And other payments the second payment will happen, you see the second payment will happen here at the second at the second pay date, the second pay date, which is here the 15th, okay? And if the payment is not done at that date, is not marked as valid as that date, that there will be another try at the second payment date that is here. But the first payment is already done, should already be done at the first pay date, okay? So in practical, what is happening is that you see few days before before each payment, we will send an especially if because most of our customers are paying with direct debits, okay? So what will happen is that 3 days before the direct debit, we will send an email that says, okay, we are going to direct debit your bank account for this amount, okay? And for the first pay, there will be no link to postpone the payment, okay? And then for the second payment, there will be a link that say, okay, we are going to invoice to direct debit your bank account for this amount. Do you want to postpone it? If you have not received the welfare, you can click here to postpone it to the next pay date, which is and we show the next pay date, okay? And then but this is only for the second payment. For the first payment, there is no link to allow user to postpone the payment date, okay? So this is how it works. So let's recap. The first thing is that here, when we validate the invoice, there should be only two payments, okay? And if here, what we see here is that depending on the payment settings, you see if the payment settings is, for example, 2x, like you see here, two payment will be half the amount. If the payment settings is like, for example, RAC, it means that the first payment will be the remaining to pay, and the second payment will be the welfare amount, okay? So it depends on this, but I have already explained this in the main video, okay? So the option that is here on this screen will define how many payments it should be created, and the amount of each payment, okay? So please refer to the first video that I did for the payment management, okay? This is the first thing. The second thing is that what we define here as the pay date will have a consequence on the email that we send. And this works, the email that we send is only if in the payment settings you see user is paying with the with direct debit. You see, when user pays here in the payment section, if user pays in direct debit, you see the time and the way user pay here, it is bank transfer, but it can be direct debit. If it is direct debit, then before each payment that get generated here 3 days before, and we want to set these 3 days also in the settings. 3 days before, we send an email that says we are going to direct debit you for this amount. For the first payment, there is no link to postpone the direct debit. For the second payment, there is a link that says, okay, if you have not received the welfare yet, please click here to postpone it to the next payday, which is on this date, and then we will notify you before making the direct debit payment. Okay, this is happening only for the second payment. Okay, I hope this is clear. Please feel free to ask question if any. Thank you.